It was supposed to be a simple climb, one I'd done countless times before. The cliffside wasn't too steep, the weather was clear, and my gear was in perfect condition. I'd been climbing since I was a teenager, tying knots and scaling heights with a confidence that made me feel invincible. I should have turned back when the first rope slipped. It was a minor thing, a knot that didn't hold as tightly as it should have. I told myself it was my own carelessness, retied it, and moved on. The second slip came an hour later, higher up. This time, the rope didn't just loosen, it frayed. Threads snapped one by one until the whole length seemed ready to fall apart in my hands. "That's not possible," I muttered, inspecting the line. It was brand new, tested, and strong. I was halfway up when the wind started. At first, it was just a breeze, but it quickly turned erratic, tugging at my harness, my pack, my sanity. It howled through the crevices of the cliff. I shook my head, refusing to let fear get the better of me. I tightened every knot, checked every hold, and kept going. By the time I reached the ledge, I was afraid, not from exertion, but from the sense that I wasn't alone. The plateau was barren, just rock and wind. Then, I saw a wraith hunched at the cliff's edge, cloaked in a strange, luminous vapor that seemed to cling to it like a second skin. Its movements were disjointed, as if its legs were being pulled by invisible strings. When its head turned towards me, it wasn't just watching me, it was copying me. Every step I took, every slight movement, it replicated with a worrying precision, but distorted, like a puppet with its strings tangled. "Who are you?" I shouted. The wraith didn't talk. It lifted one hand, and I saw it was holding something, a length of rope. My rope. "Impossible," I said. I realized the knots it held were identical to the ones I'd tied earlier. With a single, deliberate motion, it yanked the rope. I felt my harness go slack, the lines unraveling as if they'd been tied by a novice. My feet slid, beneath me crumbled like sand. "No!" I screamed, struggling to find a hold. But the wraith didn't stop. It tugged again, and I fell, air rushing past me, the ground rising to meet me. Just before impact, I found myself standing in a different place entirely, somewhere that shouldn't exist. The cliff, the vapor, and the wraith were gone. I was in a room with an unplaceable smell, like burnt metal. I realized the walls weren't solid but shifting. I tried to piece together how I got there. When I came to, I was back at the base of the cliff, the rope lying in perfect, untouched coils beside me. I didn't climb that day, or any day after. Something up there had made its point.